Hey guys, it's Michelle here, the founder and CEO of ihelpmoms.com, where we are on a mission to make motherhood easier, healthier, and happier. And since we created the company, I've always vowed to talk about the topics that so many people find taboo. So we are so excited to welcome our sex therapist and our founder of Infinite Intimacy, Rachel. She is amazing at helping couples find their happiness after having kids. And I have to be honest with you, after we had our second baby, I remember turning to my husband and I kept constantly asking him for things that would make me happy, for him to try and fulfill the things that I needed. And, at some point, very kindly, he turned to me and he said, I can't make you happy. You have got to find how to make yourself happy. And even though it was really hard to hear, it was one of the most transformational moments of my life as a mom. And it really led me to seek deep fulfillment and really figure out what made me really, really happy. And it has led me to a beautiful place now. So I'm grateful for his feedback. And so we wanted to talk about the topic today with Rachel on how does self-esteem play a role in couples' connection and intimacy?
Yeah, well, you brought up a good point, right? So the healthiest relationships we've found really are comprised of two really complete, confident individuals that are coming together to form a partnership, where you complement each other and yes, you're complementing your strengths and your weaknesses, but you're not looking to the other to fulfill a void. Right. So it's when we're looking for the partner to compensate for what it is that we feel we're lacking, then it creates this really unhealthy dependency. Right. So if we're talking about really trying to find that self-esteem, that boost in our confidence, it's so important for the longevity of our relationships and for intimacy. So, and then if you think about, how we feel about our bodies, just what we think, what we feel, what we're feeling in our own skin, if we're not feeling comfortable in our bodies, then we're less likely to give our bodies to someone else.
Definitely.
And that is necessary in intimacy, to share yourself, to share your body. And if you don't feel good about it, then you're less likely to engage in intimate experiences.
Definitely. And we, my husband and I also own a gym. And so it's been incredible to see the transformation. Usually it's the wife who comes in first. She gets in amazing shape. She feels healthy. She feels happy. And then we see all the husbands funnel into the gym because they're like, my wife is smoking hot now. We, a lot of these moms have had 3-4 kids. And then the dads start getting in shape. And then pretty soon what I start to see is little butt taps going on at the gym. And it's like this happy cycle of all these endorphins flowing, and they're sexy for each other. They're happy. They're fulfilled. But the whole key is they did it themselves. You have to find it. You have to take that time to figure out what makes you happy and then put a plan in place. For me, when my husband said, Michelle, you have to figure out what makes you happy, I had to go on a journey to think of what really fulfilled me, and I had to go to therapy and I had to do the work, right? And I wasn't happy with my body after 3 kids. That's a lot of in and out of my belly. And so I had to literally start working out myself and living the life that I wanted. And so I want to get into talking about self-care and what that means for couples that really want a great connection with themselves first, and then how that relates to a connection with each other.
Exactly. So self-care is engaging in activities that really add to your health and well-being, right? Which then adds to self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-worth. This idea of worthiness, being worthy of love and connection. I don't know if you know Brene Brown, but she talks a lot about worthiness. And if we don't understand how much we're worth, then we're less than likely to believe that I can, be loved and my partner loves me, and we start to question all those things. So if we're talking about self-care, it's really a matter of refilling your tank. Throughout the day, the kids, your relationship, the job, everything is taking so much energy out of us. And then when we're giving, and we don't have anything left for ourselves, then, we end up angry and frustrated and irritable. And it, again, creates this point of tension tension in the relationship.
Yep.
So the more that we can refill our tanks and feel good about ourselves, like you were talking about at the gym, right? These couples are feeling alive and vibrant.
It's awesome to
and that
watch.
vibrancy is like magnetic.
Yeah.
And then you're drawn to each other because you're both feeling so good.
Yep.
You know? And if we're talking about self-care, right? When you go on a plane, they tell you put the oxygen mask on you first.
Yeah.
They do that for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're unable to breathe, then you can't help the people that you love,
Yeah.
you know? So that, you know, thinking about the flight attendants, and they give us good advice, not just for, you know, our safety, but, you know, in life.
Yeah.
If we don't take care of ourselves first, then there's nothing left to give to anyone else.
And I actually have a really funny story. So my therapist, Marcella, said to me, what do you do for self-care? I'm like, well, currently I'm steaming broccoli and I just gave myself a facial. So that to me was like self-care. I was getting some steam on my face. Literally, it never occurred to me to even take care of myself when I was in the throes of little ones and I had all my kids 2 years apart. And it dawned on me that in order to be the happy mom that I wanted to be for my kids, I had to take time for myself.
Exactly.
So I started getting up an hour earlier. Was it hard for that first month? Yeah. But pretty soon I started seeing I was happier. I wasn't having rushed mornings. I was having great mornings with my kids. I'm like, that hour, totally worth it. I'm not saying you have to do an hour, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. For me, coffee needs to be running through my veins to operate. So to me, that cup of coffee is my self-care. And when I was waking up late or not taking that time for myself, I was in like a perpetual down state of trying to catch up.
Exactly.
So I want to break the myth in motherhood that it has to be something expensive. I didn't always have money for pedicures, manicures, and that kind of big self-care out there, but a cup of coffee is something everyone can do. A cup of tea. I read a book every day. I read 5 minutes of a book every morning to get my own mind going. So I just want to give some ideas of it doesn't have to cost money. It's a mindset that you matter. And I know that you had some great applications for our moms to take away as well.
Yeah, so, you know, penciling that time in.
Yeah.
It's so important, whether it's daily exercise or daily meditation. And meditation, you don't have to sit there on a pillow for an hour, you know? It's just sitting by yourself 10 to 15 minutes, you know? If you can just steal away 10 to 15 minutes for yourself to just sit and breathe and contemplate and just release all of that energy, it's so effective.
Oh, I love that. And I want to make sure our moms heard. Pencil it in your schedule. Make it a non-negotiable priority because that happiness that it brings you is going to resonate and radiate throughout your household. So
Exactly.
thank you so much for these amazing tips on self-esteem because every mom is worth it and you deserve amazing things in life for everything you do and give to your family.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, if you're a positive mom, if you want to keep growing and learning, join us every week here at ihelpmomstv.com. Bye-bye.